Hello everyone and welcome back to Gabby's Side here on YouTube. Today, instead of doing a speed build or even doing like a let's play video, I thought, you know what, let's chill out together and build on The Sims, like real time, just have a chat, have a nice time. And yeah, what I wanted to do today is build a sort of tiny home and sort of talk to you guys about tiny homes. I feel like the discussion around tiny homes has really died down, but maybe that's just me and I'm interested to know what you guys think. But yeah, so what I'm gonna build in The Sims is the residential type of a tiny home, and you guys probably already know how it works, but yeah, you have a limited number of tiles that you can place, and so from there you can build a tiny home with lots of different benefits for your Sims when you play on it. So what I was thinking of is not doing sort of like a traditional tiny home. I was thinking of sort of oh my goodness, okay, this is tier 1. I was gonna say, are we using up all of our tiles already? I was thinking of making a tiny home that's maybe not as functional, I guess. I know that sounds really bad. But I kind of want to have this look of loads of different tile, like lots of different shapes in the house, you know? So we have like this sort of more diagonal shape, just blocks stacked on top of each other. Is this practical? No, not at all. Okay, so I'm thinking something like this, like 3 different blocks put together in this weird way. You know, that's kind of the look we're going for, I think, over here. And I don't know, maybe we should even just make them have like this sort of soil color. What is this called exactly? Yeah, Martian soil, just so it like blends in with the surroundings. I think that would be really, really cool. And what I'm thinking of is we need to put something here where, like, what is this? When you look at this, it looks terrible, right? Like the flooring. We need to fix that right now. The reason I feel right now, it's kind of like you don't hear a lot anymore about sort of tiny homes, and I know they're still around, of course, but I feel like there was a really, really big craze to do with tiny homes, you know, when people first, like, I guess, found out about them and how they work and stuff, and now it's not as sort of talked about, I guess. But I'm interested to know what you guys think. I think it's still definitely around, and I still watch videos on it. I like a channel called, I think it's called Living Big in a Tiny Home or Tiny House, something like that. I'll link it down below though. But yeah, they do like really nice informative videos and tours, you know, with the owners of the house, and that's just like a really nice sort of video, I think. But I feel like there were a lot of videos just circulating around that time. You know, maybe even like YouTubers and stuff moving out to tiny homes, and I feel like it was sort of a false image of tiny homes. I don't know if maybe I'm wrong with this, but I feel like the way that people saw tiny homes and sort of the escapism that they can have with them, and the way it actually was, you know, it's very different. It was a huge contrast, I would say. So I don't know, it's just interesting to me how, you know, there's different crazes, isn't there? And now I feel like the people living in tiny homes are probably the ones that actually, you know, do want to live in a tiny home, rather than it being a very sort of fashionable trend, you know, to live in one, right? I feel like there's that kind of shift happening at the moment. But again, this is just my observations, like as a person who, you know, uses social media a lot, uses YouTube a lot and stuff, and just seeing sort of what comes and goes. And yeah, so that's what I've noticed. But let me know what you guys think. Of course, now it's a bit ironic because I am building a tiny home that is not as functional, I guess. It's more it's more of a modern architecture piece, I guess. I hope, I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to, you know, see what everyone else has been seeing with tiny homes. And did you guys have that, craze as well? Because I remember I used to watch those videos like every single day without fail. I would watch a tiny home video, or sometimes I would just fall into the rabbit hole of watching tiny home videos. And it would just be the whole day of me watching them. I don't know, something about them really does intrigue me, and the sort of I guess the lifestyle that comes with them. And I think that's what a lot of people don't realize sometimes, is the lifestyle that has to go with living in a tiny home, right? Your lifestyle has to change. You're not just going to buy a lot of rubbish stuff constantly anymore, because you won't have the storage for it. So yeah, I don't know, I think it is a lifestyle, but at the same time, I think it is what we sort of strive to come to, I guess. Less to do with consumerism and buying a lot of stuff that we don't need, and more to do with actually buying only the essentials, right? It's that whole minimalist movement, which I think that movement in general definitely hasn't died down. And I do sort of still hear about it quite a lot as well, which is really nice. But I think as well, what the troubling thing is sometimes when you sort of try to go towards that path, is that, and this is the same with other things as well, right? That when you try to enter this sort of, sort of idea, right, of how you should live your life, right? It's an idea, for some people it's a lifestyle already, but for most of us it's an idea that we want to sort of, aspire to, right? So I feel like when you move towards that and you're not there fully 100% straight away, then people are just so likely to sort of call you out on it, even though you're making progress. And I'm definitely with the opinion that as long as you're making progress in that direction, that's already more than you've done the day before, right? So for me, it's not, but again, I don't think I can be the judge of this. I'm not in that group, but I would just say as an outsider, sort of, who's not in that group, you're making progress, and that should already be sort of celebrated, I guess, would be the right way to say it. I don't know if this is making any sense. I'm kind of rambling on, but yeah, it just, I feel like people are so hard on each other sometimes, right? Even though we're all just trying to do our best. Well, most of us are trying to do their best and get through life, navigate it as well as we can do. So it's common to make some mistakes sometimes. I think that's absolutely normal. But yeah, so the tiny home, it's coming along. I've added these lovely windows. These are from the Grease pack by Felix Andre, and I haven't used them yet because I haven't really found the place to use them. I might even just maybe I should do like a Greek build, but again, I'm just a bit worried to do those sorts of builds because I don't want to, put anything wrong or, offend the whole culture in itself. So I'll have to do a lot of research before I have to, I'll have to do a lot of research before I can even attempt a build like that. But it will make it so much easier because Felix Andre makes such, lovely sort of packs, and he really does create great pieces for different sort of cultural builds and different architecture styles. And yeah, I think it'll just, it'll make my life a lot easier attempting it. But yeah, as I said, I'll do some research. But if you guys in the comments as well want to share like different architectures, or even from where you are from, or just in general, just let me know always. I love to experiment, and yeah, I don't know, it might be fun to do that. But yeah, so anyway, the sort of conversation about about tiny homes really, I think for me, came from watching Anna's analysis on YouTube. And I don't know if you guys watched her. You probably would have seen some of her videos recommended at times to you. But she just did a really interesting video once about, you know, the tiny home, and yeah, how you know, how a lot of influencers especially kind of, yeah, show it in a way that isn't, I guess, true to what it actually would be like. So yeah, that's kind of where I first started to question it, because, you know, a lot of the people who do live in a tiny home, as I said, they have that lifestyle to go with it, and they sort of know what they're getting themselves into, right? Whereas if, you know, an influencer suddenly moves there and showcases the best bits of it, you know, to gain views most of the time, obviously it's not showing the real side of living there. So it was, for me as well, it was a bit of like, oh yeah, like that kind of moment, like, oh, of course, why didn't I realize this before? And instead I just sort of, you know, fell into the trap of thinking, oh my god, this is the coolest thing ever, like tomorrow I'm moving into my own tiny home, you know. And it's like, no, that will take a lot more preparation, a lot more consideration as well. So yeah, I don't know, it just really resonated with me at the time. But I'll link her channel down below as well if you guys want to watch the video that she did on it. I can't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago, it could have been 3 years ago, I have no idea. You know, it feels like yesterday, but I know for sure it isn't. So I kind of like using these fences as well, just to, I don't know, sort of mimic the lots upstairs here. I think that's quite fun. I don't know, I like that. So now we're gonna go inside. This is gonna be the really tricky bit, because yeah, you know, we want to still make it a livable space, and we'll definitely have to use ladders, I think. We're not gonna fit, I mean, we could try to fit stairs in actually, but yeah, that would, I don't know, that would be a little bit difficult, I think. So I don't know if I'm gonna go down the route of stairs. We can definitely easily fit doors in here. That won't be a problem. Alrighty, now let's see if we can if we can actually get the ladder to go in the, I don't know, the place that I want it to. Is that outside? Oh no, that's inside. Oh, I'm not sure about that placement there. I mean, that kind of placement could work, because then you would go up here and you've got all of this space. That could work. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that. Then maybe I'll pop a window there, and yeah, I think that would be okay. Or we could just keep it there as well. I'm not sure yet, but I think that placement would be good, because then what it gives us is space here to have a let me think about this. I want to get the right cabinets here, you know. I want to get like a really, again, that dusty sort of vibe to this place. Oh, I love these Kyoto counters by Felix Andre, of course. You guys are probably like, oh god, here she goes again. I love it so much. I love all of his CC, honestly. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna use it. So yeah, I've put in the counters sort of going this wall. Wait, how would they get in? Oh my goodness, I am an idiot sometimes. I am an absolute idiot sandwich. That's what I am. But yeah, so sort of, you know, tiny homes, when they were really in their peak, and I used to like watch it every single day and follow it religiously, I don't know, I felt kind of very conflicted. At the same time, like I told you guys, I would have, you know, moved to a tiny home in a heartbeat if I could, but on the other hand, you know, I feel like when you are sort of living on your own and you can just take care of yourself, you don't have to worry about, you know, kids or whatever else, right? It's obviously going to be so much easier to live in such a tiny home. And you know, I've seen some videos of people being so creative with their tiny home, and even like with, you know, whilst having kids, right? So, you know, they have a whole family in this like really a tiny home basically. I'm just like, wow, you know, that is really just admirable, and I can't believe that they're capable of doing that in such a small space. Like, it's just amazing to me. But yeah, at the same time, I think, you know, it would cost a lot of money to also make such a usable space for everyone. And if you want it to have all the facilities, it's still gonna cost a bit of money, I would say, right? If you want to have like a nice bathroom and, you know, I don't know, all of these things. But I think for me personally now, I think there's going to be a nice like a nice balance when I move out and stuff and have my own house, of not having like a tiny home per se, but indeed having a home that is not too, you know, big. It's not going to be hopefully sort of overcrowded with stuff, and I don't know, it's just about finding kind of the middle ground, right? So you still have enough space for everything that you want to have in your home, but at the same time it's not gigantic. Like, you know, I was watching a video as well not too long ago about like mansions and stuff. I can't remember who it was by again, but if I'll find it again, I'll link it down below, of course. But yeah, it was just a very interesting video looking at sort of mansions and how wasteful they are, you know. Or like, also celebrity closets. Who made a video on it? Okay, the names just escaped me for some reason. But yeah, it was just about like celebrity closets and stuff, and you know how wasteful they are. I mean, we already know that they're wasteful without even really having to look into it much, right? We can, you know, we could probably tell, okay, that's like being really, really wasteful for no reason, really. But it was just interesting because these sort of, you know, people who have the money to have such luxuries, I guess, right? They themselves, they themselves don't even use probably half of the things, you know, that they have in these really, really big closets. So it just, you know, it just rubs you the wrong way, doesn't it? Because they have like these huge closets filled with stuff, you know, it's basically a shop at that point, right? And then at the end of the day, they will still use a select few items from their huge wardrobe. So, you know, and they have a separate wardrobe for those select few items they actually use every day. So instead of like using this huge wardrobe that they've been collecting and curating, they use like select few items. It's like, what is going on? What is this obsession with collecting stuff and showing people that you have the money to do so? It's just silly, you know? It's just silly. But it is that feeling, isn't it, of having stuff and expecting it to make you happy, I guess. It's just crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so I don't know. A lot of these videos, you know, I've been just going around and I've been enjoying watching them. And I think that's probably what's got me thinking about, you know, tiny homes again and minimalism and all of that. And I think, like I said, as long as we're working towards it, we don't have to necessarily be there already. We can just work towards these things and, you know, every day get a little bit closer to having that lifestyle and making it our own, right? At the end of the day, it is our own, I guess, journey, you know, as cheesy as that sounds, but it is our own journey to reaching that. So yeah, I don't know, that's just my two cents on it. I hope I'm not talking complete rubbish in your guys' opinion. It's like, what is she on about? You know, I'm not an expert on these things, but I think a lot of people sort of see this content and I don't know, I like thinking about these things, you know. I've got a lot to learn, so if you guys want to share your own you know, opinions about tiny homes and consumerism and whatever else, please feel free. I would love to have a discussion with you. I'm just gonna pop a bit of clutter in the actual kitchen counters, but not a lot, because I want to leave plenty of space for your Sims to, you know, do all of their cooking and stuff normally. I always run out of like space in kitchens on the Sims, so I think it's nice to just have, you know, a dedicated sort of counter space for all your cooking and stuff, and the Sims will be nice and happy with it as well, I'm sure. And we'll add like little what are these called, the smart speakers, because you can play music and stuff from them. I don't use them a lot of the time because it's a bit of a task to actually get on it and ask it to play music, and you know, you have to talk to it, but I guess it's a bit of fun. And maybe, you know, this house, they're a little bit more, I don't know, forward thinking and very tech savvy people, and I don't know, we can kind of think about that, can't we? As we build this house, we can sort of imagine, I guess, the sort of person to live in this space. Okay, so that's the kitchen space. We can go outside over here, and I'm gonna add a little table right here, so after they've cooked their meal, they can just step out, and then they're basically outside. They can just chill. The living room is going to be over here. I would probably say, let's see, well, let's pick a sofa first, and then we'll see how we can fit it in. Let's say we choose this one. I love this one. See, that's not enough space, I would say. Yeah, that's not gonna be enough space. Okay, well, what I'm thinking about is, what if we put the living room up here? Bear with me, this might not go very well, but we'll try our best. I think I need a few more like standing lights, because I've got like a reading light, which I guess would look pretty nice here. We can definitely get a bookcase in here and stuff, but I would love to have like a really nice sort of standing light. Oh, I would love to build, actually this inspires me a little bit, like a Danish shelf. I love that. What if we made a Danish build as well? I really need to research into these sorts of things. I think that would be so fun to do that at some point. It's just getting me really inspired for, you know, future builds. I know we haven't even finished this one yet, and I'm already, you know, thinking about future ones. But yeah, I think it would be nice to do another one. And like I said, sort of focus on different things. Is this, wait, what is this, a TV? Oh my goodness, what? That's crazy. They made a TV like this. Oh wow, okay. Well, I would say then let's get rid of the window. Maybe we'll just make it smaller though, because I don't want it to be, you know, too big. What if we got rid of this window, and now we can put it in the normal size? Oh wow, this is crazy. Wow, look at this. Oh my goodness, whoa, this is next level. Like, this is so cool. I think that's the coolest piece of CC I've ever seen. Wow, I'm so impressed by that. Okay. I think though what I will do is just sort of make the sofas a little bit smaller though, because I don't want it to take up the whole space, you know. It's a very small house, so for it to take up so much space is just a bit silly, I think. No, that doesn't go at all. What if we just stick to the normal one then? I think I might... I'm not sure how to rearrange this room so that it kind of all fits nicely, you know? And it's also a very dark room now because I got rid of one of the windows, and I'm not sure if that was a really good idea. It just seems really, really dark at the moment. I mean, you would get a really nice sort of evening light if we did windows like this. If I lived in a tiny home, I don't know what kind of like essentials I would want to have, you know, like what kind of style of home or what kind of things I would want to have, because I know some people are like, okay, I want like a full-size bath in my tiny home, and they make that happen, or they want like a, I don't know, like a drawer pull out sort of office space, you know? I mean, a lot of people are so creative with it, and I just don't know if I would have the creativity. I mean, I know of course there's people that you can you know, employ basically, that will do a great job at meeting all the needs that you have. So I think if I could hire someone to do that, sort of the priorities I would have, definitely a pull out. Well, I don't even know if a pull out desk, because realistically I would love to have like my PC still. Like a PC setup. And I know maybe in a tiny house that's like probably not the best thing to have, but I don't know, I would just miss it so much, and everything's so much easier on a PC. Like, we still have a laptop, and that's great, you know, for in yeah, on the bed, or you know, just to chill out with and stuff. But I don't know, there's just something nice about having a full-size screen, and yeah, I think that would just make it so much easier for editing. But yeah, so I don't know. Full-size PC for sure. To be honest, I would love to have a bath, but we don't even have a bath right now in our current place. So I don't know if that's, you know, and I've lived without it, right? I mean, I've survived, you know. So I don't know if that's like a really, like, oh my god, I need this really badly. I'm not sure about that. I think it could be nice, but again, it's not that important, I guess, to me. I think that the most important thing, if I lived in a tiny home, I would really want to have a great garden, like a great garden outside, right? I would want to have a big open space outside, but also a cool like seating area and things like that, because I think if you're living in a tiny home, at least for me, I haven't lived in one obviously, but I can imagine that it might feel a bit claustrophobic sometimes. So to have like a big open space that you can sit outside in and stuff would be an absolute dream. So that would be sort of my, I guess, you know, requirement, to be able to live in a space that is really really open, really big, and where you can just go out and enjoy the outdoor area. Because for me, I think that's what a tiny home would be. It's an escape from being stuck inside all the time. It's your own space where you can just enjoy the outdoors a little bit more. And yeah, I don't know, I think that's how I would see it, you know, that would be my requirements, I guess. And yeah, I think in that case as well, I would really want to have pets later on. So having that outdoor space where your pets can just go out and play as well would be amazing. But I can imagine as well having a pet in a tiny home, like, oh god, right? That would be a bit stressful, I would say. I don't know. I don't know if I would want that, like a bigger dog, right? Like a small dog, I think you can probably get away with it, or a cat even. But a bigger dog in a tiny home, you would definitely need to live in an area where you can just, you know, open your doors and let the pets just roam free, you know. So yeah, I don't know. That would be interesting to see how that would work out as well with a pet. Kids though, see, that's where I would draw the line. I would say if I'm just with my partner and it's just the two of us, and you know, we want to downsize and, as I said, just live that lifestyle and save a bit of money as well and stuff, then yeah, great. But if we have kids, I don't know, you know, I feel like still I would want to have a bit more space. And obviously for the kids as well, when they grow up, I would say they would want more space rather than sharing the little room that we have together constantly. I don't know. I mean, you know, if you guys have lived in a tiny home or are thinking about it, what are your ideas on it? Like, would you have a family in a tiny home, or is that just a no-no? Would you ever even consider living in a tiny home? I'm interested to see what people think, because I don't know, always fascinated me, and I really respect and admire people who live in a tiny home, because I think it is hard, but I also respect that they made that life choice, you know, and they're trying it out, and you know, most of the time really they're succeeding in it, and they're so creative with the spaces. It's just great to see. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just interested. But yeah, I think I'm happy with this living room now. It feels much more spacious. Like, you can go up here on the ladder and you can just walk around, I hope. There's an easel here as well, which is great. So there's a few more activities here. You also have a gaming console here, so your Sims would have at least a few things that they could just, you know, do, which is quite nice. And I'll add these shelves as well, because I would like, as I said, we're not gonna really have a full-sized, you know, bookcase here. I just can't find a nice one that suits the place. So yeah, I don't know, I like these little shelves, you know, they add a little bit of something to the space. But yeah, I think that's pretty much done. I'm thinking about actually leaving sort of a concrete floor, but let's just see if we can find a nice one. Maybe just the tiling. It would also mean that it doesn't get too hot and stuff. Might even try to use some interesting lamps in the bedroom. So this will be the bedroom. It's not a huge space again, but I think it's a pretty good sized bedroom. All things considered, it is a good sized bedroom. So we'll go with this bed. Absolutely love this bed. I think I can't count how many times I've used it already from the pack. And then I think some hanging lights would be so nice in here. Oh, we could go with these. These are really similar to the living room, but obviously just a little bit smaller and thinner. Oh, I love that. Kind of like this muted palette. I really, I'm one of those people that, I don't know, I really do enjoy having a lot of color and things like that. But actually having a more muted palette in this home, I don't know, it works, right? It really, really does work. Okay, well, I managed to get even like a bookcase in here. Yeah, this is the living room bookcase, which I thought would be cool because maybe the person loves to read in bed, so they can just, grab a book and lay down in bed and have a nice read. So I think that works pretty well. I love that idea. And yeah, I think the only thing missing from this room is just a nice rug. I love rug. Ooh, a woolen rug. Ooh, you have my attention. We'll pop that one in here as well. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, wow. This is beautiful. I love that. I think, the other color we're using a little bit here is green, so I'll make it like a nice greeny swatch. Yeah, nice. I've added these like paintings in here as well. Full-sized mirror, little wardrobe. I feel like this person wouldn't have a lot of clothes anyway, so I think that works quite well. And maybe we'll add a few wall lights in here. Yeah, cool. I would love, imagine how much like fresh air you would get from here as well. It would just be so nice to wake up here. Yes. Cool. Very cool. I like that. That's really nice. Okay. I think the other thing, we need to sort of decide what to do with this space. Now that I'm thinking about it, we could even add the easel outside and make the living room feel a bit like even bigger. Yeah, I think that's okay to have a little bit of space here. That works, I would say. So if we have the easel out here, is it safe? I don't really want to put like fencing here, so I would just assume that they would, be very careful with it and stuff. But this would be an amazing place to paint and stuff. And again, this is the nice thing, right? That you've got so much open outdoor space here. So I think I'm gonna add like a little table here, as I told you guys. Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's so cozy. Maybe we'll add 3 chairs as well, in case they have like a friend around that they can all fit. But But look at this, like you can just, I don't know, people watch, but it still feels private at the same time. Yeah, I really love the idea of this. God, I'm loving this so far, guys. I really, you know, when I started, I was like, oh, am I gonna do a good job of this tiny home? And also whilst I'm talking, which sometimes doesn't work out because can't talk and do things at the same time, you know. But no, I think this is okay. This is okay. It's coming along. We still need, we actually have a lot of space here as well. Like we could even put the table inside. But I don't know, I'm feeling it being outside for some reason, you know. I really like the idea of you cooking your breakfast and just walking outside. Yeah, I really like that. I don't know. What could we even put down here though? This is the thing now. We could actually make like a little office space downstairs, which would be cool. Yeah, kind of like using this frosted glass as well. Usually I would say no, thank you. But in this case, it kind of just looks like it's been really like sandy and stuff. And you know, sand's been getting onto the walls and things like that. I don't know. That's how I'm imagining it right now. And it kind of works for this. I know myself, if I lived in this place, I would definitely want my office to be downstairs. Because I'm that kind of person, like I need to get snacks constantly, right? So walking up and down this ladder would be a pain. Having it literally in the same room, like having the fridge and stuff in the same room would be the best case scenario for me, I would say. So this is perfect. I like the idea of having this office right here. And I'll just add these dividers as well to separate it just a little bit. Maybe that's too much. I don't want it to affect gameplay a lot, so maybe just having one divider would be enough for this place. Okay, so not the biggest sort of space that you could, you know, have for a like an office, but I would say, I don't know, maybe we can add like a little bit of shelving above. Okay, why does that kind of work? I like that. I even love the green accents actually, so we could even like go with a little bit of green out here too, like a lighter green maybe. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I love this little corner, and now they do have a bit more space for books and stuff. And oh, I don't know, I love that. That's great. That works. I don't think I'll put anything else on the shelves because I do want to keep it, you know, a little bit less stuff everywhere, right? So yeah, this will be the ladder going upstairs. Do we want to add anything else? It's a little bit too big, unfortunately. I might just put, don't we have like a little hook or something that we can use? Oh yeah, this one. So I'll pop these two to, you know, symbolize that you would put your coat and stuff. You can hang it up here. And maybe we'll do, should we do it like this? That's a bit fun, right? That's a bit fun. Ooh, yes, I love that. Imagine how nice that would be to hear it inside the living room or the bedroom. I know some people don't really like having like fountains because it like makes you want to pee and stuff. But I think in this, it really, look, it even matches perfectly with the color scheme. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. I do like that actually. That works. Over here is add a little bit of some sort of, yeah, I don't know, something for the outdoor space. Maybe we could use this this sort of, oh, that's beautiful. Wow. That's really beautiful. This is terrazzo floor, again by Felix Andre, of course. I'm his #1 fan, I think, at this point. Oh wow, isn't that just beautiful? I love this flooring. It's just gorgeous. And we can just pop it around this way as well. I just like how it goes around as well, so you know, it's all a bit open and easy to get around in, right? We should definitely add some outdoor lighting as well. Is a pool necessary? I don't know, but you know what? The person who lives here can probably afford it, let's not lie. So we might as well just pop one in, and you know, it'll give the Sims something else to do in this lot, because as I said, there's not obviously that many activities. And I don't want to add like gardening and stuff again, you know. So I think this might be nice, just adding a little pool area here. Okay, there we go, guys. So I've just popped in the fence around as well. I might just actually put a fence gate. I wanted to keep it quite open, but I thought, you know what, realistically you would want some sort of fence here, otherwise, you know, anyone can just walk in. And I mean, they could still walk in obviously, but I don't know, just it seems a little bit more realistic, right, if you have some sort of fence here. I don't know if we can actually even get a fence to match this bit, so we'll just imagine there's a gate there or something. But yeah, no, I like the I like how it looks. It looks a bit weird, but so does the whole build, so it's fine. And yeah, so you have a pool, you have like a little hangout space here, and then obviously you can eat your lunch or dinner over there as well. So yeah, I think it's come out pretty well all in all. I might just add like some sort of flower in this corner as well or something, I don't know. Oh, there we go, that's nice, brightens it up a little bit. But yeah, I love how this area's come out, and like I said, now I feel a bit happier with it because you've got some more hangout spaces here. You can enjoy the sun, you can, you know, sit out in the sun or in the shade and just enjoy all of the outdoor space that you have, and you won't feel as claustrophobic hopefully inside the home. But yeah, I couldn't add any roofing obviously because we have a tile limit, so I can't really add any fancy roofing details here. But I think what we could do perhaps to make it a little bit more interesting is add some sort of like wall decal thing. See, something like this for example, but I don't know if that matches the style of the house at all. This is a little bit more traditional style, but at the same time maybe it's cool because we've got like the more traditional windows at the front, so maybe that could be quite nice. Oh my god, yes. I'm so happy with that. I thought like, okay, what else could we possibly add to this space that we haven't already, because I don't know, it just looked complete. But now I'm feeling it a lot more, guys. That looks cool. Oh, I love that. I just love the different shapes and everything. It just, oh, it's great, it's great. So I think now we'll just add a mailbox as well at the front and a bin. I just love how like private the entrance looks. Like you really can't even tell what's really going on inside, right? And I think that's what, you know, I would love to have in a tiny home too, is to still make it feel really private, and yeah, make it, you know, because it's a small house, right? So there's not like a lot of room to to hide and stuff like that, I guess. But yeah, if you have sort of like a space where you know that no one can kind of just easily see inside your house, that would just make it 100 times better, I would say. There we go, guys. It's actually done. It's actually quite expensive too, 72,000 for this like little tiny home. But I love how it's come out. I think it's very interesting. It's nothing that I've ever done before, to be honest with you guys. But I enjoyed it so much, and I enjoyed just having a little chat with everyone that's, you know, that's here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my rambling. But yeah, guys, so I'll leave you here. We'll do a few screenshots and stuff coming up. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it again. I'll catch you very, very soon for the next one. Bye bye.